Alright, hello everyone. I'm just doing a quick video here for my wifey. What to expect when you marry a Filipino.
Or a Filipina.
Or a Filipina.
Be specific, right?
I mean, depends on what they're into. Right?
Don't say that.
So, first things first, you're going to have a bit of a language barrier. Not a big one, because for those of you who don't know, English is one of their national languages. So you will be able to communicate. But it would just have some things they'll say and you're like, huh? Like, what is it? Resume? Right?
Yeah.
Like, they'll pronounce words like in a very wrong way that makes sense when you really think about it, but it's like, no, that's not how you say that. Yeah, it's resume, not resume. So that's one of the things you can expect. There's also a bit of a cultural barrier. Like, every culture has ways of showing people affection, and even little things that you don't really think about at first. For example, like asking your wife or your girlfriend, whatever, if she's eaten that day, if she's had anything to eat. Like, us Americans, we're like, what, you didn't eat? Well, then go get food, you know? It doesn't make sense to us, but for them, it's something you do to show that you care. Like, hey, you know, are you being healthy? Are you eating? Did you drink your water? Things like that. You know, you'll have to get used to kind of checking on them, asking if they've eaten, stuff like that. Because if you don't, it'll come across to them like you don't care about them. Which isn't true. You care about them. You just didn't realize that's something you need to do. There are things like that. Get used to water. You'll drink a lot of water. In America, you know, when you get a sore throat, you'll drink a soda. There, if you get a sore throat, you drink water. If you get a cold, you drink water. If you have a sneeze, you drink water. If you have a cough, you drink water. If you're dying of drinking too much water, you drink water, right? So that's their kind of cure-all remedy, is drinking water, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. A lot of rice. You'll eat a lot of rice. Now, I know you're thinking, oh, that's just a stereotype. No, it's true. You will eat a lot of rice. For example, I made chicken parmesan, right? I was cooking chicken parmesan for her. And I was like, all right, I need to boil the noodles. And she's like, noodles? You don't eat noodles with chicken parmesan. You eat rice with chicken parmesan. Which, I don't think that's what the Italians originally did, but oh well. So we had chicken parmesan and rice. So, yeah, get used to a lot of rice. And just, you'll have fun, you know? Once you get past that language and humor barrier, Filipinos are some of the best people you can marry. They're very caring, very hardworking, very low maintenance, all things considered. And I really love being married to her. So.
To me.
To you.
Tell them about your experience in the Philippines. And what is your memorable part of your trip?
So, in the Philippines, it was hot. Really hot the whole time. You really come to miss air conditioning, and free refills, that too. But it was nice. The people there were very friendly. The food was good. Every fast food place has spaghetti for some reason, which sounds gross, but it's actually good. I wish we had fast food spaghetti here.
What was your favorite food that you ate when you were there?
This fast food spaghetti. Straight up. Like, their spaghetti has a sweet taste to it. It's different. Sometimes they'll put chunks of hot dog in it. It's really interesting. It was good. And then there was that restaurant your friend owned that was really good.
Jerry's Grill?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as far as memories, when I first tried balut, I was not looking forward to that, and I wanted to get... For those of you who don't know, balut is basically a fertilized duck egg. So you can make out the duck, you can make out like the bill and the eyes and all that stuff, and then it melts in your mouth, right? The taste itself isn't that bad, but the fact that you're feeling a duck head melt in your mouth like liquid cotton candy, That's no, no, never again. So I was like, let's get this over with. I want to try this and be done with it, right? And I was like, all right, honey, let's go get balut. And she's like, oh, well, honey, it's still daytime. They don't sell it. They only sell it at night. I'm like, shouldn't that tell you something? So, yeah. And then we had it, and her friends laughed at me. But I'm officially a Filipina now because I've eaten balut. So.
Filipino.
Yes.
Might need your help here. I'm building a bedside table.
And I'm trying to stay out of the work. That's why I'm making this video. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, that's all I have. Anything you want to add to it?
Do you recommend dating a Filipino or marrying one?
No. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So, what was your expectation before you married me? When we were still dating?
Super hot and would do chores, and both of those were fulfilled. So I'm happy.
Nice.
I had experience already with Filipinas. My wife is fantastic. A lot of the flaws Filipinos have, she doesn't, so that's nice. But for Filipinos in general, I guess my advice would be don't let them play games, right? If you have a date at 6 p.m. and they're not there at 6 p.m., tell them never mind, right? Don't let them do their little I'm going to show up late thing, right? Because if they're going to be your girlfriend or your wife, they need to treat you better, you know? Don't let them push you around like that. And then also be wary of like long distance relationships. Some can work, mine did, but also be aware that a lot of them will like have like 5 different like American boyfriends and not tell the others about it. Make sure that's not happening to you. I'd highly recommend not getting serious with a girl until you've met her in person. That way you avoid that kind of situation. And if they ask you for money, have nothing to do with them.
Yes,
a self-respecting Filipino will not ask you for money. They won't. My wife didn't ask me for money until we were married and she was finishing school, and she literally had to depend on me like as her supporter, you know? But at that point, we're married.
But you weren't the one who paid for my tuition, though.
No, that was already paid for.
That was just
right?
like an...
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was sending me to school.
Mm-hmm. But point being, like, she never asked for money while we were dating. And a Filipino shouldn't, right? If they ask you for money, something, oh, you know, I had an emergency, I need to pay the power.
Yes.
Don't fall for that. Mm-hmm. Don't fall for that. So,
it's true.
And also, if they don't speak good English, move on. That means that they either didn't pay attention in school, they're lazy, or they're not very smart. None of which are good.
They don't have to be like fluently or like have an
They need to be able to have a conversation with you.
Absolutely.
If they can't have a basic conversation with you, then I would avoid them.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's all I have. If you're getting ready to date a Filipino, have fun, because it will be fun. And I recommend going to the Philippines because it was a blast. So, all right, well, I'm going to help you build this shelf.
Bye, guys. If you guys have any questions and if you guys want us to make more videos about us, and we also have a video about how we met, and yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.